Does anyone remember the Powerpuff Girls movie? You know, it's a movie that tells the origin story of the three titular heroes themselves. It was a childhood classic for me and I enjoyed every bit of it. But what if I told you I saw an alternate ending of the movie? I was browsing through the Powerpuff Girls Reddit page looking at some memes and fan art. Everything seemed peaceful, you know, just an average man looking on a page of his childhood cartoon. I suddenly found a link to a Google Drive file, and it turned out to be an alternate ending of the Powerpuff Girls movie. I was hesitant whether or not I wanted to click the link in case of a virus. But I looked carefully at the link and it turned out to be safe. I downloaded the video file and it got saved straight to my laptop. As I looked at the file, it was named pmofdeletending.mof. Well, here it goes. I mumbled. I opened up the file, and it began with the usual scene as shown in the final film. Blossom was deflecting multiple needles from a gigantic mojo jojo, like in the film itself, before Bubbles and Buttercup placed a bus in front of her and a dog she tried to rescue.
Do you think he's finished?
Asked Bubbles, thinking Mojo stopped attacking the girls. A sudden voice said. This shook the three girls, before the camera panned up revealing Mojo. Mojo then breathed fire on the girls, and they let out blood-gurgling screams of their own as they got scorched by the burning fire. The girls then collapsed to the ground, all covered in soot. Mojo then grabbed them with his gigantic hand and picked them up. Unlike the original cut of the film, they were still covered in soot instead of cleaned. Mojo then said his usual speech as heard in the film, as he climbed one of the towers.
Fools, you dare to challenge me, attempt to defeat me, try to destroy me. I, who saved you from certain death. After all I've done for you, you betrayed me. And why? For them, the ones who hated you, have forsaken you. Can't you see? None of them will ever understand you as I can. For we are kindred spirits whose powers spring from the same source. So, girls, do not make me destroy you. For we are smarter, we are stronger, we are invincible, we have the power, we are superior to them, and we shall rule.
Mojo then asked the girls like in the final film itself.
All we have to do is work together. Girls, join me.
Instead of the girls waking up and defeating him, they grimaced angrily at him weakly. This was where things got messed up.
We will never join you, Mojo.
Blossom said.
You're a monster.
Bubbles berated.
And you are evil.
Buttercup growled.
Fine. You forced my hand, the limb of my upper half.
Mojo proclaimed. He began strangling the three girls, like what he did to Blossom and Buttercup earlier during the final battle. The girls began gagging and choking during the force of Mojo's hand. The girls struggled to get out of the grip, but it was too tight. The girls then closed their eyes and wheezed weakly, losing breath. The girls died. Dear God. I mumbled. The professor then zipped in to tell the girls he whipped up Antidote X. Girls,
where are you? You were right. We should try and stop Mojo, and I know how. I whipped up an antidote to Chemical X. It'll do away with his powers. Girls.
But before he could finish his sentence, he noticed Mojo Jojo falling towards him. The professor attempted to run away, but Mojo was too quick to crush him. Mojo's foot crushed the professor, killing him in the process. He lifted his foot off the professor and grinned menacingly. Mojo let go of all the girls and they fell to the ground. The girls hit the ground very slightly. I can hear the sound of bones breaking, possibly from Blossom because she rolled aside.
Yes.
Mojo exclaimed victoriously.
I, Mojo Jojo, have accomplished the very first mission demonstrated by myself. I am now king of the planet of the apes.
It showed the last shot of Mojo striking a victory pose, before cackling evilly as dramatic music played, before it faded to black. I was utterly appalled. My jaw dropped. I had seen enough of this shit for today. I quickly contacted Craig McCracken and told him what I saw. He informed me that this ending was made by a former employee of his, Matthew Thompson, who animated the original ending of the Total Drama World Tour episode, Picnic at Hanging Dork. He gave him a strike for making the alternate ending of the PPG movie, but since he made the banned episode Fright Day the Hurting, he was sacked. Then once he made the original ending of Picnic at Hanging Dork, he was fired by Fresh TV. However, Thompson moved on from his mistakes and quit the animating career. He apologized to McCracken and everyone at Fresh TV for what he did, and they were kind enough to forgive him. I thanked McCracken for the story about Thompson and he wished me good luck.